Welcome back to Community Group. This week we wrapped up our series on Jonah. Week 1 we saw Jonah running from God, and then we saw Jonah running to God. Last week we talked about Jonah running with God. This week we're in Jonah chapter 4, and we'll see Jonah run against God. Jonah lost heart and awareness when God called him to love the people of Nineveh. Our first point is God challenged his conviction, and it's found in verses 1, 2, and 3. Jonah wasn't scared of the Ninevites. He did not like them. He knew God's character and that he would probably spare them. Jonah's intentions were revealed. He knew God's heart. He just did not agree with it. Jonah was perfectly fine when mercy and grace were extended to him. He just didn't want it extended to them. Jonah knew the Bible. He quoted Exodus 34, 5, and 7 while in the belly of the fish, and he quoted scripture when he described the character of God. It was Jonah's pride that wanted to justify his disobedience. He acted as though he knew what was best. He wanted the word of the Lord to be used against the Ninevites, but not against him. Point 2 was found in verses 4 through 8. God canceled his comfort. While he was waiting to see if God would destroy the city, Jonah cared more about his comfort than God's call. He was missing the opportunity to be a part of one of the greatest revivals of all time. He cared more about being a spectator than a servant. We have people who live in church culture. That culture and comfort bring them to church, but they miss out on the opportunity of being a part of what is happening at church. They settle for 90 minutes of service and miss out on being part of the community of faith. They fail to connect with the dream team. They fail to connect with discipleship classes, and they fail to connect with community groups. Despite Jonah's lack of commitment, God was still in control over Jonah. He used Jonah's skeptical and incomplete message to save the people of Nineveh. Our final point was God clarified his calling, and it was found in verses 9 through 11. The phrase "from the right" and "from left" was a Hebrew phrase not referring to children, but rather referring to spiritual blindness. Sometimes we're distracted from doing the work we have been called to do. We all have a calling to do something and to go somewhere. It could be at work, at school, or even in our community. We get so mad about the little things that during the week, and we're not mindful that God's heart is broken for the lost. God's will and work will still be done even if we choose not to act. Like Jesus, we must be about our Father's business. Thank you for being part of Community Group. This is the last video we will have for this semester, and we will resume videos again in August. If you continue to meet during the summer for Community Group, take advantage of experiencing God. I will be on sabbatical for the next 6 weeks. I'll return back to the office on July 17th. While I'm out, please feel free to reach out to Michelle if you have any questions or needs. Please pray for the 8 couples I have reached out to for the purpose of becoming shepherds of our CGs. I'll meet with them when I return, and I hope to introduce them to you soon. God bless you guys, and we'll see you back again in August.